So guys, here is the last of the tool haul from February 2023 from Ben's good mate Roger. Now, 2023 is quite a long time ago, and I've showed you multiple parts of that haul, but I haven't got around to the last part yet. And Ben's been on my back on trying to get on it, and he's right. I must say I feel a bit guilty for working on it, because to my right there's at least 10 projects, and to my left there's at least another 10. Well, so this is the last part of the haul. The reason I've been putting it off is because it's just a lot of work. I want to show you them all cleaned up. Now there's quite a few here that are these are actually part of the haul as well. There's quite a few here that don't demand a lot of work, like this one. Very straightforward. It's almost in perfect nick. Just needs like a little vinegar bath and a clean up. Like, this is completely original grind. I wouldn't mess with it. This one is already clean. This is just a wire wheel, but then you get things like this. I want to get them looking proper, you know, and then just pay that. You can see I've already started on this one. I couldn't help myself. This needs sanding. You know, it starts off like this. It's horrible. I don't want to put them away like this, because it'll bother me and it will stay in a drawer for years. And then there's like these, like, they're my favorite wrenches, and they're just laying there. And then, like, you want to get them all cleaned up, but then what are you going to do with this one? Because this one has quite a bit of its original padding on there, which I hadn't had one before that had original padding. So you walk that line. This one's been beat up more, so you're not that fast. I've got about 4 of this size now. So, you know, some are just a wire wheel, some demand no work. I've already cleaned this one up. So I'll dive into it, hopefully within for me a few weeks, and for you it'll be coming up now. We'll see the end result. Okay, here we are with all the tools cleaned up. Finally, this took me, well, as you can see, by when my previous video went on, this took me quite a while. I'll talk you through it and sort of try and explain you why. So, let's just start off the top. This cleaned wrench is I don't really know what it is. It's a Fairmount tool and forge company, Cleveland, Ohio. I haven't been able to find out what it is and what it does, so really, if anybody knows, please tell me. I don't. But it's a nice thing to look at. This one you might remember, so it's the High Speed Wrench Company, Chicago, USA. Well, you understand how it works. You slit it open like that, and you adjust it, and you lock it. Now this one, you might remember me showing it. Very pitted in there, and I didn't like that at all. So what I did, a lot of hand sanding. So again, this is one of those wrenches that took a long while to get to where I'm happy. You know, I've let some of the diagonal sanding marks in there to give it that sort of satin finish and sort of a factory look. You know, I can't do much to this part. You know, there's some scarring in there. I can't do much to that because it will get all floppy. Same with the handle. I can't do much else than clean it, but I think this looks quite nice, like especially on the head. Looks quite factory fresh, but like all of this and all of that, it's all done by hand. So a lot of sanding went into there, but lovely little wrench. Quite happy with how this one came out actually. This one is interesting. Just needed a little clean up. You can see how it works. It's Helix 8-inch from the Peterson Tool Company out of El Dorado, Kansas. This is a modern interpretation of this wrench, which I love. You know, we all know the handy handle. So yeah, that's why I picked it up. You know, I had it open, I cleaned the inside. The cocks are all made out of plastic, so I don't think it's the most durable thing ever, but it's nice to have in a American wrench collection. Also picked up these 3 little wrenches from Roger with the Fastnut cycle. According to Ben and Roger, that they're quite uncommon. So they'll go in the English wrench drawers. Quite nice things, Fastnut wrenches. Ben's been showing his Fitsols lately. And here's two of mine. Same size as you can tell, an 8-inch. With the only difference being this had this hole stamped out and this doesn't, and I don't know why. Maybe it's a mistake. So on this one I left it all blank for now, but I did a lot of sanding, getting, you know, it was heavily pitted in there, like worse than this. So I did a lot of sanding, you know, getting that out. Did some sanding to the back, get it all, you know, try and get it all looking factory again. And then, you know, I've showed you before, the stamping is always so faint on these Fitzell wrenches, and I want to keep all of it, so do most of this like with a Dremel sanding wheel and a lot of it by hand. You know, this is easy, put it on the belt sander, but this takes a long while, and then I put it in acid again to sort of take the shine off it. So I hope it's got some of that, you know, new old stock look. I personally think this wrench would have came all black, but I don't know. I think I like this finish. For now, I've decided not to put anything in the middle as well. On this one, I take the route to put some black in the middle. This stamping is even more faint. You can see I left some of the pit marks in there, and I didn't lose much. It just was that faint to start with, but you know, it turned out all right. Looks quite good. There's still wax that I need to do wipe off. So those are the two Fitzell 8-inch Fitzell wrenches that I have. I think they look alright. Now they're like this. Another favorite, the Billings Bend 8-inch. Now all of them I seem to find are 8-inch. I think I've got one 6-inch and I've got one 10-inch, and I've got a lot of 8 inches. Now this one I just cleaned because it's got such an original sort of look to it. I quite like the original look to it. That some of the, as you can tell, it had some of the japanning left in there. I like this wrench. You can see how high polish it must have been coming from the factory, and I like that. So just as a reference to close to what this would have been new, I just kept it this way. This one on the other end, and this is the wrench that took me forever, was in much worse condition. So what I did, I tried to get that high polish finish on the jaws. You remember it being all pitted and stamps in it. I couldn't get it to where I like, and you can see I've made some new scratches already just handling it. I couldn't get it to where I like, so I sort of settled it up a little bit, and then it fought me all the way with getting paint on it. Here I've sanded the letters clean again, so they're a bit more legible. So I really wanted to do a trip root wrench with this one, and I'm quite happy with how it came out. You know, the back's all nice and round, and it's sort of a 3-fruit wrench. It looks quite original, 3 feet away. Or yeah, this one fought me. So it took me a little while to get it painted, and it took me a little while to get over the fact that I couldn't get it sanded, because when I started polishing it, you saw the deeper scratches, and then I went through all the grits again, and there was still deeper scratch. It took me forever. It looks alright. If it's like that, you can still already see my sticky finger marks on there. This one actually didn't come from Roger. I found this in a bucket, Reptile 2 company, made in Germany. I found it in a bucket at a tractor show. I've got a double-ended wrench made by the same company, so I came across it in my drawers, and while I was cleaning, I decided to clean this one as well. I've got two of this 7-inch Mauser wrench, one of my favorite wrenches, the Mauser wrench, made by the gun maker, like clearly gun making company, high quality gun making company from Germany. Supplied a lot of arms to the German army in the Second World War, First World War. So yeah, so those two, they're just clean, thoroughly clean and oiled. Very nice wrenches, I like those. So those will go with the other Mauser wrenches, because I'm building up quite a nice collection of those. This one actually didn't come from Roger either. I think Ben gave me this one, so I just gave this one a clean because it's a quite good nick. It's a Van Dyles, the the Dutch wrench inventor. Painted, you can see the Dutch lion on there, so quite nice nick. Just cleaned it, will go in the Dutch drawer. Here's another 6-inch Buffalo Bacalhau, very original condition, so just a thorough clean. Like you can see the original grind mark from the factory. This is how they came, very crude, always very crude, the way they ground them. You know, no finish on, hardly any finish on the forging marks. This is how they came from the factory. And I might have, no, it's just a good clean, just a good clean. So that'll go in the American wrench drawer again. This is the last one, guys. So this came from Rogers, sea spanner, made in New Zealand, which I thought was quite interesting. So it's a sea spanner because this is what divers use when they work on the water, apparently. So all made out of titanium, which I thought was interesting. So that's why I picked that up. So this is the last of my first haul from Roger. So Ben, I hope you're happy that I finally did a video. I know I am. And I will clean these away, put them in the drawers, put them in there, put them safe and clean. And then hopefully I'll be back with you soon. There's a box behind me that came from Ben quite a while ago. I've looked in it and all the tools are clean, so that should be an easy video to make hopefully soon. Alright, I'd love it if you would leave a comment. Thank you all for watching. Hopefully see you again soon. Bye.